In 1970s, families knew Christmas decorations that felt magical. Homes didn't just look festive, they glowed with lights, tinsel, and ornaments. They transformed entire neighborhoods into winter wonderlands.
Deck the halls with lots of Christmas, la 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 la.
These 30 forgotten decorations might sound too dangerous today, but they lit up childhoods and created memories that lasted lifetime. Let's rediscover Christmas decorations that are illegal now, but were normal in the 1970s. The aluminum Christmas tree stands 7 feet tall in the corner of the Henderson living room. Detroit, 1973. Silver branches reflecting light from every angle. Each branch inserted individually into holes drilled in the center pole. 58 of them. Took Robert 3 hours to assemble while his kids watched, impatient to see it finished. The rotating color wheel sits on the floor, aimed upward. 4 colored panels, red, blue, green, yellow, spinning slowly. The whole tree changes color every 15 seconds. Red glow, then blue, then green, then yellow, hypnotic, space age, modern. $24.95 from the Sears Wish book. But those aluminum branches were sharp, cut hands during assembly, drew blood, and the color wheel motor overheated after running all day. Bubble light candles arranged in the front window. The Murphy House, Boston, winter of 1975. Glass tubes 18 inches tall, filled with colored liquid that bubbles continuously when plugged in. Red, green, blue, yellow. Kids press their faces against the glass, watching bubbles rise. Can watch for hours. Never gets boring. Patricia bought them at Woolworth's, $2.49 each. Fragile glass. The liquid inside was methylene chloride, chemical solvent, toxic if swallowed, dangerous if spilled. The heating element at the base got hot enough to burn skin if touched. But nobody thought about that. Just plugged them in and watched them bubble. By 1979, safety warnings appeared. Toxic chemical inside. Keep away from children. Burn hazard labels. Many manufacturers stopped making them. Today, bubble lights with real liquid are banned in most states. Chemical regulations, safety codes, that mesmerizing, endless bubbling, illegal. Carols spraying the Christmas tree white. Minneapolis, December 1972. Aerosol can of flocking in her hand. Artificial snow coating every branch. She's doing the windows, too. Frosted glass effect. Then she'll paint Christmas scenes over the white flocking. $1.99 at Ben Franklin. One can covers a 6-foot tree. The fine white mist hangs in the air. Settles on furniture. Gets breathed in. Sticks to everything. That's how it works. That's how it creates the snow effect. Everyone in the room breathing it while she sprays. The flocking contained asbestos, cancer-causing fibers suspended in aerosol. Nobody knew. No warnings on the can. Just spray and decorate and breathe. By 1977, asbestos got identified. Testing revealed it in flocking products. EPA banned it immediately. Existing cans recalled. Warnings issued to stop using it. The Christmas tree in the Wilson house is covered in tinsel, thousands of individual strands hanging from every branch. Tacoma, 1974. The tinsel is real metal, lead-based, heavy, drapes perfectly, catches light beautifully. Looks like actual icicles made of silver. Sarah and her sister spend an hour carefully placing each strand, one at a time, draping them over branches so they hang straight. The box cost 69 cents and contains enough tinsel for the whole tree, reusable if you're careful taking it off. But lead is toxic. Kids put tinsel in their mouths. Pets eat it. The lead leaches into systems, accumulates, causes developmental problems, brain damage. Nobody connected the dots until the late 70s. String of Christmas lights on the Martinez roof. Phoenix, December 1976. Carlos spent 2 hours stapling them to the eaves. 100 bulbs, big C9 bulbs, burn hot, glow bright. No fuses in the plugs, no circuit protection, just wire directly connecting bulbs to wall socket. The lights draw massive current. Extension cords get hot, really hot. Touch them and they burn skin. The insulation melts sometimes. Exposed wire, but they stay lit. That's what matters. Brightest house on the block. By 1978, electrical fires from Christmas lights became a major concern. Codes changed, fuses required in all new light strings, warnings issued about old ones, recommendations to replace them. Today, fuseless Christmas lights are illegal to sell. Electrical code violations, fire hazards, that ridiculously bright display. 5 decorations down, 45 to go. See the pattern? Every single one was dangerous, poisonous, flammable, sharp, toxic. But they made Christmas look incredible, feel magical. Today's decorations are safe. Plastic, LED, non-toxic, also boring, sterile, forgettable. That's the trade. Safety for magic, and safety won. The angel hair comes in a cardboard box, fine strands of spun glass. The Rodriguez family in San Diego uses it to create clouds around the nativity scene. Christmas, 1975, delicate, ethereal, looks like actual angel hair, if angels had hair made of crystallized light. Maria's pulling strands from the box, draping them carefully around the manger. The glass fibers are sharp, microscopic shards. They cut fingers, get embedded in skin. The Peterson tree has 12 candles attached to branches, real wax candles in metal clips. Chicago, Christmas Eve, 1973. The family lights them for 1 hour before midnight mass. Tradition from the old country. Grandmother brought it from Germany 50 years ago. The candles burn bright. Drip wax onto branches below. The smell of burning wax fills the room. Beautiful, authentic, traditional, also terrifying. Open flames inches from dry pine needles. One branch catches, and the whole tree goes up. The family watches carefully. Never leaves the room while candles burn. Bucket of water nearby. But accidents happened. Houses burned. People died. By 1976, fire departments campaigned against tree candles. Glass and metal ornaments hang from the chen tree. Los Angeles, 1977. Not rounded, angular. Sharp edges where metal pieces join. Stars with points that could puncture. Bells with edges that could slice. Bought from Woolworths. 3 for $1. Beautiful, shiny, dangerous. Lisa reaches for an ornament. Her hand slips. The sharp edge slices her palm. Blood drips onto presents below. Mom wraps the cut, puts the ornament back on the tree. More careful next time. Every tree had ornaments that could cut. Everyone had scars from sharp decorations. Just part of Christmas. Handle carefully or bleed. By 1982, safety standards for ornaments changed. Sharp edges banned, rounded edges required. Regulations about puncture hazards. The Johnson family in Seattle spreads artificial snow around the base of their tree. Christmas, 1972. White powder mixed with small glass particles for sparkle. Looks like real snow, but better. Doesn't melt. Sparkles under tree lights. The kids play with it, run fingers through it, build little snowmen, get it on hands, transfer it to mouths. The glass particles cut lips, tongue, throat, microscopic cuts. Bleeding nobody notices until it's already happened. The snow came in a bag, 99 cents at Woolworths. Enough for the whole tree area, reusable if kept dry. Instructions said keep away from children, but it went under the tree, right where children play. By 1978, glass particle snow was banned. 7 electric candles in the front window of the Murphy home. Philadelphia, December 1974. Bulbs shaped like flames. Plastic holders shaped like candlesticks. Wiring exposed at the base. No insulation, no covering. Just bare wire connecting to the plug. The candles sit in the window for the whole season. Condensation from temperature difference makes the window wet. Water runs down, drips onto the candle bases, onto the exposed wiring. Sparks sometimes, shorts out, gets replaced, burns out again. Nobody thinks about electrocution, about water and electricity mixing, about exposed wire. Just replace the bulbs and keep them lit. By 1979, electrical codes changed. Insulated wiring required on all electrical decorations. Exposed wire banned. 10 decorations down, 40 to go. Notice something? Every single one lit up homes beautifully, made Christmas magical, also poisoned kids, cut skin, caused fires, started electrical shorts. Today's decorations don't do any of that. They're safe, certified, tested, also completely forgettable. Nobody remembers LED strings. Everyone remembers the dangerous stuff. The Garcia family is decorating their windows. El Paso, Texas, winter of 1976. Maria shakes the aerosol can, spray on snow for creating winter scenes on glass. Hold the nozzle 6 inches from the window. Press. White foam sprays out, spreads across the glass, dries into a frosted coating. Draw Christmas trees in it with your finger. Write messages. Create winter wonderlands in a desert town where snow never falls. The can costs $1.49 at Woolworth's. Contains benzene and other petroleum-based solvents. The fumes are overwhelming, headache-inducing. Everyone in the room breathes them while decorating. The chemical smell lingers for hours, gets absorbed through skin, through lungs, into bloodstream. The Thompson Christmas tree in Portland has special bubble lights, different from regular ones. These have mercury inside the tubes, makes the bubbling effect more dramatic, more consistent. The mercury heats up and creates continuous movement, mesmerizing to watch. Kids sit in front of the tree for hours watching silver liquid dance inside glass. Each bulb contains liquid mercury, highly toxic. The glass tubes break easily. Mercury spills onto carpet, onto hands, evaporates into air, gets breathed in, absorbs through skin, accumulates in organs, causes neurological damage. Nobody knows this. No warnings on the box. By 1979, mercury was being phased out of consumer products. Testing revealed it in Christmas lights. Immediate recalls began. Warnings issued to dispose of them carefully. The Williams tree in Richmond, Virginia is covered in celluloid ornaments. Christmas 1972, lightweight, colorful, painted with intricate designs. Angels, Santa faces, bells, stars. Each one costs 15 cents at Woolworth's. Beautiful, delicate, highly flammable. Celluloid is basically solid film. Early plastic burns incredibly fast. Once ignited, it can't be extinguished easily. The ornaments hang inches from hot Christmas lights. The heat alone can cause them to soften, warp, sometimes ignite spontaneously. Houses burned because celluloid ornaments caught fire from light bulb heat. The flames spread fast. Entire trees consumed in seconds. Families barely escaped. 3 plastic choir boys stand on the Collins mantel. Cleveland, Ohio, December 1975. Each one 2 feet tall. Hollow plastic bodies. Light bulbs inside their heads. Plug them in and they glow from within. Faces lit up. Robes glowing. Holding songbooks. Mouths open in silent singing. The plastic is thin. Cheap. Gets hot when the bulbs run for hours. Really hot. Hot enough to melt. Hot enough to burn skin if touched. The bulbs inside are regular incandescent, 40 watts each, generating massive heat trapped inside plastic bodies with no ventilation. Sometimes the plastic melts, droops, deforms. Sometimes it ignites. The Mitchell family in Phoenix has an electric Santa for their yard. December 1977, 3 feet tall, plastic body, built-in heating element to prevent frost damage in cold climates. Ironic in Phoenix, where it never freezes, but that's what came with the Santa. The heating element is exposed inside the hollow body. No insulation, no protection, just bare heating coil. The plastic melts if it runs too long, deforms, sometimes catches fire. The electrical connection is crude, bare wires twisted together inside the base. The Santa cost $12.95 at Sears. Lasted 3 seasons before the heating element melted through the plastic bottom. By 1981, exposed heating elements in outdoor decorations were banned. The Peterson tree in Minneapolis has glass icicle ornaments hanging from every branch. Christmas 1973. Long glass tubes painted silver with lead-based paint, 12 inches long, tapered at the bottom. Catch light beautifully. Look like real icicles made of frozen mercury. Each icicle cost 25 cents. Box of 12 for $2.99. Fragile. They break easily. When they shatter, lead paint chips scatter. Kids pick up pieces, get lead paint on hands, transfer to mouths. The lead accumulates, causes developmental problems, learning disabilities, behavioral issues. Nobody connects broken ornaments to health problems years later. By 1978, lead paint was banned from consumer products. Glass ornaments got tested. Many failed. Recalls issued. The Harrison House in Seattle has lights covering the entire roof. December 1975. 500 bulbs, all connected through extension cords. No ground wires, no electrical protection, just hot and neutral wires running through wet conditions. Seattle rains constantly. The cords get soaked. Water seeps into connections. The family plugs them in anyway. Sometimes they spark when plugged in. Sometimes they shock whoever touches them. The metal staples holding wires to the roof conduct electricity. Touch the wrong spot, and voltage flows through your body. But the display is the brightest on the block, worth the occasional shock. By 1979, electrical codes required ground wires on all outdoor electrical equipment. 3-prong plugs mandatory. 2-wire systems phased out. The Chen tree in San Francisco is completely silver. Winter, 1974, covered in metallic tinsel. Not pure aluminum, not pure lead. A mixture of both metals, creates perfect weight and shine, drapes beautifully, doesn't clump. Each strand hangs independently, looks incredible. The tinsel comes in a box, 49 cents. Reusable if removed carefully and stored flat. The lead content makes it toxic. The aluminum makes it conductive. Electricity and poison mixed together in decorative strands draped over Christmas trees with hot lights running through branches. The combination of metals creates galvanic reaction with moisture, corrodes, releases particles, gets breathed in, accumulates in systems. The Martinez family in Denver has beautiful Christmas wrapping paper. December 1973. Deep green with metallic gold patterns, rich colors, glossy finish. The inks contain arsenic compounds, makes the colors vibrant, makes the metallics shine, also makes the paper toxic. Kids handle the paper, tear into presents, put paper scraps in mouths. The arsenic transfers from paper to skin to mouth to bloodstream. Small amounts, but cumulative. Year after year of Christmas mornings, the paper costs 39 cents per roll at Woolworth's, enough to wrap 6 presents. Beautiful, poisonous, nobody knows. By 1977, arsenic was being removed from consumer products. Testing revealed it in inks and dyes. Wrapping paper manufacturers reformulated. Old stock sold out without warnings. Today, arsenic-based inks are banned. The Johnson Christmas tree stand in Chicago is solid, heavy, stable, December 1976. Cast iron base with lead weights molded into the bottom, 60 pounds total, keeps the tree from tipping. No matter how tall, no matter how unbalanced, that tree stays put. The lead weights are exposed, no coating, no sealant. They oxidize, create lead dust. The dust settles on the carpet, gets tracked through the house, absorbed through skin, breathed in, accumulates in children's developing brains. The stand cost $8.95 at Sears, built to last forever, probably still in someone's basement, still shedding lead dust, still waiting to poison another generation. By 1979, lead weights in consumer products were phased out. The Rodriguez nativity set sits on the mantel in El Paso. Christmas, 1972. Plaster figures hand-painted in vibrant colors. Mary in blue and white, Joseph in brown and tan, baby Jesus in a wooden manger, 3 wise men in purple, red, and gold, shepherds, angels, animals, 15 pieces total, cost $6.95 at Woolworth's. The paint is lead-based, bright, colorful, durable. Also toxic. Kids handle the figures, rearrange them daily, create different scenes, put pieces in their mouths, suck on fingers after touching painted surfaces. The lead transfers, accumulates, damages developing brains, lowers IQ points, creates behavioral problems. Nobody connects the nativity set to the problems that emerge years later. By 1978, lead paint was banned. Nativity sets got tested. Most failed. Recalls issued. Recommendations to dispose of old sets. The Miller family in Pittsburgh has an electric wreath on their front door. December 1975. 18 inches in diameter. Plastic evergreen branches wrapped around a metal frame, and 25 lights wired throughout. The wiring is insulated with asbestos fiber, fire-resistant, heat-tolerant, also carcinogenic. The wreath hangs outside all season, rain, snow, ice. The asbestos insulation deteriorates, fibers release, blow around in wind, get breathed in by everyone entering the house. The fibers embed in lungs, cause cancer decades later. Mesothelioma, lung cancer, asbestosis. The wreath cost $4.99 at Sears, built to last, fire-resistant, weatherproof, deadly. The Thompson tree in Boston has special glass ornaments. Christmas 1974. Hollow glass balls filled with liquid mercury. Shake them and watch the silver liquid swirl inside. Mesmerizing, beautiful. Kids pick them up constantly. Shake them, watch the mercury move. Put them back, pick up another. Repeat. The glass is thin, breaks easily. When ornaments fall and shatter, mercury spills onto carpet, onto wood floors, into cracks, evaporates, creates toxic vapor, gets breathed in, absorbs into skin, accumulates in organs, causes neurological damage, tremors, memory problems, personality changes. The ornaments cost 39 cents each. The Garcia family is spray painting pine cones. Phoenix, December 1976, gold spray paint, silver spray paint, creating custom decorations. The paint contains lead pigments, makes the gold brighter, makes the silver shinier, also makes the paint toxic. Everyone works outside in the driveway. The spray mist hangs in the air, gets breathed in, settles on skin, absorbs through pores. The painted pine cones dry and get brought inside, handled, arranged, touched. Lead transfers from pine cones to hands to mouths. The Wilson family in Seattle lights Christmas candles every evening. December 1973, red candles, green candles, white candles with evergreen scent. The wicks contain lead wire, keeps them rigid, keeps them burning straight. Also releases lead vapor when burning. The family sits in the living room with candles burning for hours. Kids most vulnerable, developing brains, absorbing lead. Adults getting headaches, Respiratory issues. Nobody connects the symptoms to the candles burning on the mantel. 25 decorations down, 25 to go, halfway there. And here's the truth. Every single one made Christmas better, brighter, more beautiful, more magical. Also made families sicker, slower, stupider, more damaged. Today's decorations don't do any of that. They're certified safe. Also certified boring. That's the trade nobody wanted. The Mitchell house in Detroit has a 6-foot light-up Santa in the front yard. December 1975. Metal wire frame bent into Santa shape, covered with red and white fabric. Light bulbs attached throughout. Plug it in and the whole Santa glows. Beautiful, festive, electrified. The metal frame is uncoated, no insulation, no grounding. When it rains, the frame becomes electrically charged. Touch it, and you get shocked, sometimes badly. Kids learn not to touch it. Neighbors learn not to touch it. Everyone learns through painful experience. The Santa cost $19.95 at Sears, built to last, built to shock. By 1979, outdoor electrical decorations required insulated frames, ground fault protection, coated metal, safety standards. Today, bare metal frame decorations are illegal, and outdoor Santas became plastic with internal LED systems and GFCI protection. The Henderson family in Cleveland has an artificial Christmas tree. December 1974, 6 feet tall, silver plastic branches, coated with flammable lacquer for extra shine. Looks metallic, reflects light beautifully, also ignites incredibly fast. The tree stands in the corner with lights strung throughout. The lights get hot, the heat softens the lacquer, makes the whole tree a fire waiting to happen. One short circuit, one overheated bulb, one spark, and the entire tree goes up in seconds. The tree cost $14.95 at Sears. Reusable. Built to last, if it doesn't burn down the house first. By 1977, flame retardant requirements for artificial trees became mandatory. The old lacquer-coated trees got pulled from shelves. Today, flammable artificial trees are banned. Fire code violations. That shiny metallic tree? Kindling. And artificial trees became fire-resistant materials with safety certifications and labels proving they won't instantly combust. The Johnson Christmas lights come out of storage every year. Chicago, 1972. The same strings used since 1965. The insulation is old, brittle, cracks when handled, exposes bare wire underneath. Touch the wrong spot and you get shocked. Plug them in with cracked insulation and they short out. Sometimes they spark, sometimes they start fires. But they still work. Most bulbs still light. Why replace them? The insulation is rubber-based, degrades over time, especially in storage, in hot attics, in damp basements. By the 70s, most strings from the 60s had compromised insulation. Bare wires everywhere. Nobody thought about replacing them until they failed completely. By 1980, old light strings became recognized fire hazards. Recommendations to replace them every few years. Testing for insulation integrity. Today, degraded insulation means automatic disposal. That working vintage string? Fire hazard. And Christmas lights became designed for shorter lifespans with built-in obsolescence, because working didn't mean safe, and safe mattered more than functional. The Martinez plastic holly wreath hangs on the door in Phoenix. December 1976. Green plastic leaves with sharp metal berries attached. The berries are painted red, look realistic, feel like metal beads, sharp edges where they attach to stems. Kids touch the wreath coming in and out, cut fingers on sharp metal. The berries eventually fall off, get stepped on, lost in carpet, found by bare feet later. Puncture wounds, tetanus concerns. The wreath cost $2.99 at Woolworth's. Reusable, lasted for years. if you could avoid the sharp berries. By 1981, decorations with sharp metal components faced regulations. Rounded edges required, soft materials preferred. Today, sharp-berried holly is gone. Those metal berries? Injury hazards. And plastic holly became soft plastic berries or painted foam. Safe, touchable, boring. Because realistic berries made from sharp metal meant punctured fingers, and punctured fingers meant tetanus shots. The Wilson family in Seattle adds preservative to their tree stand water. December 1973. Keeps the tree fresh longer. The preservative contains formaldehyde. Keeps needles green. Prevents bacterial growth. Also releases toxic fumes. The tree sits in the living room for 4 weeks. Formaldehyde evaporates from the water, fills the room, gets breathed in constantly, causes headaches, respiratory irritation, eye burning, nausea. Everyone assumes it's just the tree smell, just fresh pine scent. Nobody realizes it's chemical poisoning. One bottle treats a tree all season, keeps it fresh, keeps the family sick. By 1979, formaldehyde in consumer products faced increasing restrictions. Tree preservatives reformulated. Today, formaldehyde preservatives are banned. Trees don't last as long. Drop more needles, but don't poison families. 30 decorations down, 20 to go. Here's what nobody talks about. The decorations worked better back then. Lasted longer. Looked more beautiful. Cost less. Also poisoned more. Burned more houses. Shocked more people. Killed more kids. Today we have safety. The Peterson tree in Boston has special ornaments that glow in the dark. Christmas 1974, glass balls painted with radium-based paint, luminescent, charge in daylight, glow at night, green eerie glow. Kids love watching them in the dark room. The tree glowing softly without lights plugged in. Each ornament contains radioactive material. Radium paint, the same stuff used on watch dials, on instrument panels, on exit signs. Emits radiation constantly, not dangerous in small amounts. But accumulation matters, proximity matters, duration matters. The ornaments hang on the tree for 4 weeks, emitting radiation into the living room, into the air, into the family sitting nearby every evening. The radiation accumulates, causes cellular damage, increases cancer risk years later. By 1978, radium paint was being phased out of consumer products. Ornaments containing it got recalled. Disposal instructions issued, treated as radioactive waste. Today, radioactive ornaments are absolutely banned. The Thompson House in Minneapolis has an electric train circling the Christmas tree. December 1975. Metal tracks laid directly on carpet. No insulation, no protection. The train runs on house current, 120 volts, flowing through tracks an inch from flammable carpet and inches from a dry tree dropping needles. Kids reach down to adjust the train. Touch the tracks. Get shocked. Learn to be careful. The tracks spark sometimes when the train moves, especially at connections. The sparks land on carpet, on dropped pine needles, start small fires occasionally, stomped out quickly. Learn to keep water nearby. The train set cost $29.95 at Sears. Centerpiece of Christmas. Also electrical hazard combined with fire hazard combined with curiosity of children. By 1980, train sets required insulated tracks, lower voltage systems, safety cutoffs. Today, exposed track train sets are violations. That circling train? Hazard zone. And Christmas trains became battery-powered with plastic tracks and automatic shutoffs. The Garcia Yard in El Paso features a life-sized nativity scene. December 1976. Plywood figures hand-painted. Mary, Joseph, baby Jesus, wise men, shepherds, angels. all illuminated by 4 spotlights wired directly to outdoor outlets. No ground wires, no GFCI protection, just hot wires running through wet grass to metal housings aimed at wooden figures. When it rains, rare in El Paso, but it happens, the spotlights become electrified. Touch one, and voltage flows through you to ground. The metal housings conduct perfectly. The wet grass conducts perfectly. Human bodies conduct perfectly. But the display looks incredible. The best on the block. Worth the risk. By 1979, outdoor electrical displays required ground fault protection. Today, ungrounded outdoor lights violate codes, and outdoor displays became low-voltage LED systems with sealed fixtures and GFCI protection. The Miller tree in Pittsburgh is covered in specialty tinsel. Christmas 1973. Not pure aluminum, not pure lead. An alloy of both creating maximum sparkle. Each strand catches light perfectly, reflects brilliantly, drapes with ideal weight. The combination of metals creates the best tinsel ever made, also the most toxic. The lead content makes it poisonous. The aluminum makes it conductive. Kids help decorate, handle hundreds of strands, get metal residue on hands, transfer to mouths. The lead accumulates, the aluminum leaches. Both metals absorbed, both cause problems. The tinsel costs 79 cents per box, enough for whole tree. Reusable if careful, poisonous regardless. By 1980, alloy tinsel faced bans, pure materials required. Testing showed dangerous contamination levels. Today, metal alloy tinsel is illegal. That perfect sparkle? Toxic. And tinsel became pure PVC plastic. Doesn't sparkle right, doesn't drape right, doesn't look right, but safe, certified, non-toxic, because perfection required poison. The Rodriguez house in Phoenix has special southwestern Christmas lights. December 1977. Shaped like cactus, painted green and brown with yellow flowers. The paint contains cadmium, makes colors brilliant, makes lights toxic. The bulbs get hot, paint heats up, releases cadmium vapor. Everyone breathing it in while gathered around the lit cactus lights arranged throughout the room. The vapor is odorless, invisible, toxic, causes kidney damage, lung damage, bone problems, accumulates over years of exposure. The lights cost $6.95 for a string of 12 at Woolworth's. Today, cadmium-painted anything is banned. Those brilliant cactus lights, poisonous, and specialty lights became LED versions with printed designs instead of painted ones. 35 decorations down, 15 to go. Every single one represented something: tradition, creativity, regional identity, family memory. Also represented poison, radiation, electrical hazards, fire risks. Real mistletoe hangs in the Thompson doorway. Boston, December 1974. Fresh cut, green leaves, white berries. Traditional, romantic, poisonous. The berries contain toxins, phototoxin, viscotoxin. Ingestion causes vomiting, seizures, heart problems, death in severe cases. Kids see white berries. Pretty, interesting, reachable. Grab them. Put them in mouths. Parents react fast, usually. Sometimes not fast enough. Kiss beneath the poisonous plant. Don't eat the berries. Today, real mistletoe with berries faces restrictions. Sold with warning labels, sometimes banned from stores. The Wilson family in Seattle has bubble lights on their tree. December 1975, glass tubes filled with methylene chloride. Heat from bulb makes it boil, creates continuous bubbling. Kids watch mesmerized for hours. The chemical is toxic, carcinogenic, suspected of causing liver damage, cancer, reproductive problems. The heat releases chemical vapors, small amounts, but constant. The tree sits in the living room. Family gathers there nightly. breathing methylene chloride vapor for weeks. Problems manifest years later, decades later. Nobody connects bubble lights to cancer diagnoses in 1995. Today, original bubble lights are banned. No chemicals, no magic, because real bubbling required real chemicals, and real chemicals caused real cancer. The Miller House in Pittsburgh has Christmas lights covering the roof. December 1973. Connected through indoor extension cords run outside. The cords aren't weatherproof. No outdoor rating. Just regular household cords lying in snow and rain and ice. The insulation cracks in cold, absorbs water, conducts electricity, creates shorts, causes sparks, sometimes starts fires, sometimes electrocutes whoever touches them. The cords freeze into ice, break when moved, expose bare wires, but they reach where they need to reach, connect what needs connecting. Cost 49 cents each at hardware stores versus $2.99 for outdoor rated cords. The savings matters more than the risk. By 1979, using indoor cords, outdoors violated electrical codes, required outdoor rated equipment, GFCI protection, weatherproof connections. Today, indoor cords used outdoors are violations. Those roof lights? Code violations, and Christmas displays became outdoor-rated everything with sealed connections and weather resistance, because savings weren't worth the shocks, the fires. The Henderson tree in Cleveland is covered in cellophane icicles. December 1976. Clear strips hanging from branches reflect light, shimmer, look like actual ice frozen from branches. The cellophane is highly flammable, burns fast when ignited. The strips hang inches from hot bulbs. The heat alone can cause ignition. One spark, one overheated bulb, one short circuit. The icicles catch fire, burn faster than paper, spread flames instantly throughout the tree. The whole tree consumed in seconds. Family barely has time to react. The icicles cost 39 cents per package at Woolworth's. Beautiful, shimmering, flammable. Houses burned because cellophane icicles caught fire from Christmas lights. By 1978, cellophane decorations faced fire safety scrutiny. Recommendations against use. Manufacturing phased out. The Johnson Christmas lights come from the attic, Chicago, December 1972. Old strings from the 1950s. Still working. The wiring is wrapped in asbestos fabric. Fire-resistant, heat-tolerant, durable, also carcinogenic. Handling the lights releases asbestos fibers. They become airborne. Get breathed in, embed in lungs, cause mesothelioma decades later. Nobody knows, no warnings on the strings. Just plug them in and enjoy the lights. The strings have been in the family for 20 years. Sentimental value. Still function perfectly. Why replace them? By 1977, asbestos in consumer products faced bans. Old light strings containing it should have been disposed of. Most weren't. Most stayed in attics, came out every Christmas. Released fibers annually. 40 decorations down, 10 to go. Final stretch. Here's the bottom line. Every single one of these decorations made Christmas what it was. Made it bright, made it beautiful, made it magical, made it memorable. Also made it dangerous, toxic, deadly. Today we have safety. We lost Christmas. Trade-off nobody voted for. Snow Village, houses with asbestos. Snow, the Peterson Ceramic Christmas Village sits on the mantle in Boston. December 1975. 12 miniature houses arranged like a small town. Church, school, general store, houses with lit windows. The whole village sits on artificial snow. White fluffy material spread across the mantle, creating winter landscape. The snow is asbestos fiber. Spun asbestos designed to look like fresh snow. soft, fluffy, deadly. Handling it releases fibers. The Martinez Christmas tree in El Paso is topped with a metal star. December 1976, 12 inches across, 5 points. Each point sharp enough to puncture, made of stamped aluminum with sharp edges where the metal was cut. Painted gold. Beautiful. Dangerous. Carlos climbs the ladder to place the star, slips slightly, grabs for balance. Hand hits the star. One of the sharp points punctures his palm. Blood drips down his arm. The Wilson family in Seattle has electric candelabras in every window. December 1973. Plastic candlesticks with bulbs on top. 7 bulbs per candelabra. The sockets are open. No covering, no protection. Just bare electrical connections exposed. The candelabras sit in windows where condensation forms. Temperature difference between inside and outside creates moisture. Water drips down, runs into the base, into the open sockets. Water and electricity mixing. Sparks sometimes. Shorts out. Blows fuses. Sometimes causes small fires. Sometimes just stops working until dried out. Kids touch the bulbs. Hot. Burning hot. Leave fingerprints on glass. Burns on fingers. The sockets are within reach. Curious fingers explore. Touch connections. Get shocked. Learn not to touch. Education through pain. The candelabras cost $4.99 each at Sears. 7 windows means 7 candelabras. $35 total. Looks beautiful from outside. Dangerous from inside. The open sockets collect dust, attract insects, create fire hazards when debris contacts connections. By 1980, electrical decorations required sealed sockets, insulated connections, protection from moisture and contact. The old open-socket candelabras became violations, recalled, replaced with sealed versions. The Thompson living room in Minneapolis has papier-mâché decorations. December 1975, Santa faces, snowmen, angels, bells, all handmade, painted, sealed with lacquer. Beautiful, flammable, hung near hot Christmas lights because that's where decorations go. The papier-mâché is layers of newspaper and flour paste, dried hard, but still paper, still highly flammable. The lacquer coating makes it worse. Accelerant. The decorations hang inches from C7 bulbs burning at 150 degrees. The heat alone makes them warm to touch. One bulb positioned wrong, one decoration too close. The lacquer ignites. Papier-mâché burns fast. Really fast. Flames spread. The whole decoration consumed in seconds. Falls, lands on carpet, or tree, or other decorations. Fire spreads. Quickly. Families watched their decorations constantly, never left the room with lights on, kept extinguishers nearby. But accidents happened. Houses burned. People died. Papier-mâché decorations near hot lights caused fires every Christmas season. By 1979, fire safety recommendations warned against paper decorations near lights. By 1982, regulations required flame-retardant treatment on all decorations. Papier-mâché couldn't meet standards. Manufacturing stopped. The Miller Christmas tree in Pittsburgh is wrapped in glass-beaded garland. December 1974. Thousands of tiny glass beads strung on wire. The wire core is lead, keeps the garland flexible, keeps it heavy enough to drape properly, makes it poisonous. Handling the garland transfers lead to hands. Skin absorbs it. Kids help decorate. Handle hundreds of feet of lead core garland, run it through their fingers, get lead residue on palms, transfer to faces, to mouths. The lead accumulates, year after year, Decoration after decoration, the exposure builds. The garland came from Woolworth's, 99 cents per 10-foot strand. Need 5 strands for full tree. Beautiful, sparkly, toxic. The beads are painted with lead-based paint, too. Double exposure, lead wire, lead paint. Maximum poisoning potential wrapped around the family Christmas tree. The beads break sometimes, glass shards mixed with lead exposure, cuts combined with contamination, injuries that poison while they bleed. Nobody knew, no warnings, just beautiful garland that lowered IQ points annually. By 1978, lead in garland was identified. Testing revealed dangerous levels. Recalls issued. Recommendations to dispose of old garland. Most families kept theirs. Sentimental, traditional, been in the family for years. Annual lead exposure continued. The Rodriguez tree in El Paso has mercury glass ornaments. Christmas, 1972. Not mercury inside, mercury coating inside, thin layer of liquid mercury painted inside hollow glass balls. Creates incredible reflective effect, mirror-like shine. Brilliant, beautiful, toxic. The glass is thin, fragile, breaks easily. When ornaments fall and shatter, mercury is exposed, not just exposed, atomized. Broken glass means broken seal. Mercury starts evaporating, creates vapor, invisible, odorless, poisonous. The vapor fills the room, gets breathed in, absorbs through skin from touching broken ornaments. Cleaning up broken mercury glass means extended exposure. Every Christmas season, several ornaments break, kids playing, cats climbing, accidents. Each broken ornament releases mercury. The exposure accumulates. The poison builds. Neurological damage, tremors, memory problems, mood changes, personality shifts. Nobody connects broken ornaments in 1972 to tremors in 1985. The ornaments cost 29 cents each. Box of 12 for $3.49 at Woolworth's. Brilliant shine, reflective, mesmerizing, each one a small mercury bomb waiting to break. By 1979, mercury in consumer products faced elimination. Ornaments containing it got recalled, disposal instructions issued, treated as hazardous waste. But most families didn't know. Most kept their beautiful mercury glass ornaments, used them for years, broke them occasionally, released mercury repeatedly, poisoned incrementally. The Henderson lights in Detroit are series wired. December 1976. 25 bulbs on one string, all connected in series. One bulb burns out and the entire string goes dark. The burned-out bulb has to be found, tested, replaced. Every single bulb checked individually until the dead one is found. But series wiring creates another problem. Voltage divides equally across all bulbs. When one burns out, voltage redistributes across remaining bulbs. 24 bulbs now sharing voltage meant for 25. Each bulb gets slightly more voltage, burns slightly brighter, burns slightly hotter, eventually burns out from overvoltage. Then 23 bulbs share the load, then 22. Cascading failure. Each burned bulb accelerates the next failure. The heat buildup is dangerous. Bulbs getting more voltage than designed for, running hotter than rated, insulation degrading, wires overheating, fire risk increasing with each failure, but the lights stay on. Most of them, until too many fail. Then the whole string fails. The string cost $2.99 at Woolworth's. Cheap, functional, dangerous when failing, and failure was inevitable. Built into the design, cascading collapse programmed into every series-wired string. By 1981, parallel wiring became standard. One bulb fails, others stay lit. Voltage stays stable. Safety improves dramatically. The Wilson ceramic Christmas tree sits on the table. Seattle, December 1975. 12 inches tall. Green ceramic with plastic-colored bulbs inserted in holes throughout. Light bulb inside the hollow center. Heats the entire ceramic structure. Makes it glow, makes it warm, makes it dangerous. The ceramic gets hot. Really hot. Too hot to touch after running an hour. The internal bulb has nowhere to dissipate heat. Trapped inside ceramic. Temperature builds. The ceramic cracks sometimes from thermal stress. The plastic bulbs on the outside melt, deform, release toxic fumes when heated. The tree sits on a wooden table, hot ceramic on wood, heat transferring, scorching the finish, sometimes igniting the wood underneath. Small fires starting beneath beautiful glowing ceramic trees. Families caught it usually. The tree cost $8.95 at craft stores. Handmade, each one unique. Beautiful. Fire hazards when left plugged in too long. Every instruction said don't leave unattended, limit use to short periods, let cool between uses. Nobody followed instructions. Plugged them in all season. Left them running. By 1982, ceramic light-up decorations required ventilation, heat dissipation, temperature limits. The old solid ceramic trees didn't qualify, couldn't be modified, became obsolete. The Martinez house in Phoenix has icicle lights on the eaves. December 1977. Individual strands hanging down, each strand wired separately, connected to main power line with bare wire connections, twisted together. Wrapped with electrical tape. No sealed connectors, no weatherproof protection, just twisted wires and tape. Rain is rare in Phoenix, but it happens. When it rains, the connections get wet. Tape degrades, exposes bare wire. Water conducts electricity. The connections short out. Spark. Sometimes electrify the entire aluminum gutter system. The icicle lights cost $6.99 per strand at Sears. Need 12 strands for whole house. All those connections, all those potential failure points. All that exposed wire during the occasional Phoenix rainstorm. By 1980, electrical codes required sealed outdoor connections, weatherproof enclosures, GFCI protection at source. The old bare wire connections became violations, dangerous, illegal. The Peterson bubble lights on their Boston tree are the original kind. December 1970, still being used in 1978. Glass tubes filled with dichloromethane, methylene chloride, chemical solvent, carcinogenic. The heat from the bulb makes it boil, creates bubbling effect. Beautiful, mesmerizing, toxic. The tubes are sealed, but seals degrade, over years, over decades. Heat cycling weakens them. Eventually, they leak. Dichloromethane evaporates, fills the room, odorless, invisible. Everyone breathes it. The chemical is absorbed through lungs, metabolized into carbon monoxide, creates internal poisoning, headaches, dizziness, nausea, confusion. Nobody connects the symptoms to the bubble lights. The chemical is a suspected carcinogen, causes liver tumors in test animals, linked to cancer in humans. Long-term exposure creates cumulative risk. Every Christmas season, every year, breathing dichloromethane vapor. The lights cost $4.99 for a set of 7 at Woolworth's, lasted decades. Still bubbling in 1978, still poisoning in 1978, still on trees in living rooms where families gathered. By 1980, dichloromethane regulations tightened, bubble lights reformulated. Old ones should have been disposed of as hazardous waste. Most weren't. Most stayed in use. Family heirlooms, traditions, annual poison. Today, dichloromethane bubble lights are banned. hazardous waste. That mesmerizing bubbling, carcinogenic, and bubble lights became LED versions with animated effects. No chemicals, no heat. No bubbling, no magic, even when connection seemed impossible. Impossible or not, it connected. And connection meant prohibition. Gone, every single one. Not because they didn't work, they worked perfectly. Not because they weren't beautiful, they were stunning. Not because they didn't create magic, they created wonder that today's LED strips can't touch. They're gone because they poisoned children, because they burned houses, because they electrocuted families, because they caused cancer decades after Christmas mornings ended, because safety regulations finally caught up with traditions,